Welcome back to Holly Springs, North Carolina. We're at Ting Park on this toasty Saturday evening for the third match of the season for Wake FC as they take on the Tri-Cities Otters in their first match of the season. In the first two, one win, one draw for Wake FC. It was a 0-0 draw against the NC Fusion a week ago, and then a big win over the NCFC U23 USL2 team on the back of a goal in the 55th minute from Kuda Musquay that gave Wake FC a 1-0 victory, and they've got a lot of help on that back line by the goalkeeper, 6'2", Indiana University product Sean Caulfield. He's made some acrobatic saves in both games so far, and he's made them in crucial situations, so he will certainly be important to Wake FC today. They sit in the second spot in the South Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference, Lionsbridge FC, who has played 3 games, 2 wins, 1 draw, 7 points, and of course Wake FC with 4 points with 1 win and 1 draw. Wake FC and the all-blue unis moving left to right here in the first half, and the white tops and green shorts with white socks. It'll be the Tri-Cities Otters moving right to left. And it'll be interesting to see what Tri-Cities has with this being their first game. We've talked about this before, really kind of a summer collegiate league for the most part for these players out here. So some of them have played with each other before, a good number of them haven't, and even if they have, it's been a while for a lot of them on that Tri-City side, and so they're going to have to regenerate that chemistry, and it might take a little bit of time. We'll see if Wake FC can take advantage of that. The blue jerseys will start with it. Moved quickly to the near side for Emil Garcia. And it is certainly a hot one today. It was announced earlier that this is the hottest day of the year so far, a high of 91. And it's probably, with the turf field down there, well above that right now, down on field level. So that will certainly come into play in this ball game tonight. It will not be here all too long. The sun's setting back behind us in the broadcast booth today. So once we hit about 7:45, 8 o'clock, it'll certainly start to cool down. The shade will take over, and these two teams will be able to stretch it out a bit and hopefully still have some energy left because it has been very, very draining to be out in the sun today. Quick run here for Wake FC early. Nice stop on the back line made by Christoph Willemsen out of Lincoln Memorial University, and Tri-Cities takes control for the first time. They're starting keeper today, Carlos Rubio, and the all-green back there on the goal line. And there's one of the difficulties sometimes with Ting Park. That near sideline runs parallel and only about a yard off of the third baseline here, and Tri-Cities got caught by that just a moment ago. Yannick Schott in possession for Wake FC. Over to Glass on the far side of the field. He'll put it through for Colin Daughtry. A chance to get it across into the middle, and Willemsen there to knee it away. But doesn't get very far as Spencer Glass will poke it out of play on the far sideline. Tri-Cities with the throw. Jeremy Henry to take that toss. Flicked onward. Settled down by Babokar. And moved to the back line. Well, Wake FC will play it all the way back to Caulfield. We mentioned him earlier. He has been a big reason for the success of this Wake FC squad in their inaugural season in the USL2. Couple of huge saves, stopped a PK in the first half of the season opener against the Fusion, including a couple of point-blank saves late in the second half as well that kept that game even at 0-0. Chance here for Tri-Cities. Through ball's too long, and there's Caulfield to scoop it up. Right back in play. He'll spin it out to Daughtry on the far sideline. Daughtry looking to make a run. Poked away immediately by Henry, and he will move it forward. Long touch. Tracks it down. Give and go. Henry still on the far wing. Puts it across. Nobody there for the Otters, and a sliding stop by Sean Caulfield. Just about through the third minute of play here at Ting Park. No score yet. Both teams still testing the waters. Up top, Kuda Musquay. Musquay is the lone goal scorer on the season so far. Received the cross in the 55th minute on Tuesday night from Spencer Glass. First foul of the game. We'll go against Tri-Cities, and they'll set it down. And a chance here, I would imagine now, as play slows down. Yannick Schad, oh no, he won't go for long ball. Quick pass down into the far corner. Chasing it down is Daughtry, and he stops it right on the corner flag, but right to Guillermo Henry. Back for George Stanley on that back line for the Otters. Booted all the way up to half. Settled nicely by Cristiano Diaz. He'll float one to the near sideline, hoping he'd be able to find a teammate on the near side. It was intended for Ivy Brisma, but overshot him. Rubio, the keeper with it for the Otters, over to the far sideline. It'll slowly be worked forward. Now Troy Brady on the far sideline, out of bounds. And it'll be a throw in for Wake FC. We talked a little bit about the weather. Of course, the opposite last week. It wasn't cold, but it was cool last Saturday. Got a bout of rain, which we're not expecting to see here this evening or this weekend for that matter. But it was a little bit soggy, damp on the field. Nice, dry, and warm. It is pretty humid today, and that's going to certainly play a factor in this ball game because it's the hottest game that either of these teams are going to have played here so far on this calendar year. And when you're on turf, it compounds that, so it's going to be extremely important for these guys to stay hydrated. We did see some cramps on Tuesday night late in that game. Everyone was able to continue. In that case, though, long ball up for Musquay. He'll get a right shoulder on it and pounce it into the dugout back behind the goal line as he couldn't save it in play. But Wake FC a chance here to really pin Tri-Cities in this near corner. Long throw will get it out near half. Diaz marking up on Freddie Tracy, who sends a chest trap back. And the field switch to the far sideline for Troy Brady. He's got space as he cuts past Spencer Glass. Rolled into the middle, now to the near sideline. Alex Morvano sends it across. Nice offering, nobody there to finish it for the Otters, and it'll be a goal kick for Sean Caulfield and Wake FC. About 6 minutes gone here in the first half. Neither team has been able to really put anything on goal. No serious threats yet, although we've seen the beginnings of some nice runs on both sides. And we'll take a look here in this first half as well. We talked a little bit about the top of the standings in the South Atlantic Division. Only 4 teams so far, or pardon me, all but one team, which is Tri-Cities, has played a game so far this season. At half, it'll deflect off of Camilo Garcia. It'll be a Tri-Cities throw. But the only team who's played 3 games so far is Lionsbridge FC. 2 wins and a draw has them leading the South Atlantic Division with 7 points. We mentioned Wake FC just behind them with a win and a draw at 4 points. So they could pull even with Lionsbridge with a win here against Tri-Cities today. But both Tobacco Road FC and the North Carolina Fusion have picked up a draw for 1 point. North Carolina FC 0-2 so far on the early year, and Virginia Beach United 0-1. So that's what the standings in the South Atlantic Division look like here early on. Well, we've mentioned it over the last couple broadcasts, but worth mentioning again, this is a 14-game season in the USL League 2. Each team plays a round robin with their division, so 7 home games, 7 road games for Wake FC. A long throw comes in, cleared out by the head of a Wake FC defender, trapped and banged off the scoreboard behind the net by Stuart Hendry. That was a great throw from the corner from Blake Baribo. And that will be something to watch out for all game if you're Wake FC, because those throw-ins down in the corners are going to turn into really pseudo corner kicks with the way Baribo was able to throw that one. Garcia on the near sideline for Brisma. They'll play tic-tac-toe back to Babukor. His pass poked away, and now Tri-Cities with an opportunity. Floated through the middle. Cristiano Garcia pops it up, heads it to the near sideline, out of danger, but only momentarily. Turned back in towards the goal line by the Otters, and a nice job by by Jamil Garcia to shield that one out of play for a goal kick. A restart play to the near sideline for Diaz. Gets it from Roger Goodbold. Back to Goodbold. Up for Sean. Pressured on the near sideline. Poked away by Baribo, but taken by Brisma. He'll jog to the center of the field. Pokes it through on a through ball. He finds Spencer Glass. He puts it across and over the top of the net. No chance for Wake FC, as that one got up a little too much. Goal kick for Carlos Rubio. Slow roller out to Christoph Williamson. As we mentioned, Tri-Cities making their first appearance of the 2019 season. They've looked solid, both teams still moving slowly, trying to figure out the best ways through to get an opportunity on goal. We take a look at what they did last year, as Tri-Cities was a part of the Deep South Division in the Southern Conference last year. And their 14 games, 5 wins, 7 losses, 2 draws, finished in 5th place in the division with 17 points. We're on the positive end in terms of goal scoring, 30 goals for, 28 against. And they'll look to move it forward here. Near sideline, the roller, furthered along by Alex Corveno, and knocked away and out of play by the back line of Wake FC. And these are those throws you've got to keep an eye on here, as it'll be Blake Baribo to put this one right into the middle of the box again. High arching throw, cleared out by Diaz as he got up with the head all the way back to Oscar Perez. Perez back to half for Williamson. Through ball misses everybody and rolls out for a goal kick. Only 11 and a half minutes gone here in the first half. Still plenty of time. And right now, a lot of the action has been in low danger areas for both of these teams. I would imagine, I talked about the heat a little bit, but when that starts to take a little bit more of an effect and these two teams start to wear out, there are going to be a few more gaps on the back line, and it's going to come down to who takes advantage first. Middle of the field, Injay Babukor plays catch with Diaz. Babukar with it again. Rolled up for Brisma. He's denied by Baribo. Tri-City knocks it back across half, but Wake there to possess still. AJ Palazzolo. Rolled to the near sideline for Glass. Glass has been dangerous making those overlapping runs with Daughtry on the far side. That's what eventually led to the goal in the second half on Tuesday night for Kuta Musque. Wake FC still in control. Caulfield. Keeper threads one out to one of his center defenders, Palazzolo. Long ball right on the money for Spencer Glass. He'll trap it down on the far sideline. He's tripped up, has it taken away, and Tri-City's in control. they've got some space to counter. Rolled to the near sideline for an open Alex Ravena. He cuts back to the middle. Slides one across, where he finds Oscar Perez further along to the far sideline for Henry. Now move backwards. Real chess match so far. Both teams find a gap, but it closes up quickly, and they're forced to retreat and start again. Tri-Cities a chance to move it in, lofted towards the back post. Caulfield there to make the snag and end the threat. That was a pretty well-placed ball by Alex Raveno. Maybe needed to be out a little bit more, where Caulfield might have had to think a little bit more about whether or not he wanted to come out after it. And now a good chance here if Brisma can get to it, but it's cleared off the hop by Christoph Williamson and out of play to slow that counterattack from Wake FC. I remarked on Tuesday evening that Wake FC was much more focused on playing the ball on the ground, keeping it under control, and possessing in that second game. You could see the chemistry starting to build. They were becoming much more familiar with each other. But we've seen early on in this game, as you see an attempt there from Inge Babakar, trying to knock that one deep on a long ball. A lot more of those long balls over the top being attempted on both sides here. Sometimes over the top, sometimes just threaded through on the ground, but not as many short passes connected and strung together to create those runs and opportunities and create the space by forcing the back line of either side to move. So it hasn't been too challenging on these defenses yet. A couple opportunities on the throw-ins out of the hands of Baribo for Tri-Cities has resulted in pseudo corner kicks, but that's the biggest threats, or those are the biggest threats we've seen so far. A third of the way through half number one now, into the 16th minute. Still looking for somebody to break the ice, and Wake FC, as a U23 USL League 2 team, has not seen a goal scored in the first half yet. Of course, only 2 games so far under their belt. Late tackle will be whistled, and Wake FC will get a free kick just across the half stripe over on the far side of the circle, as Musquay was taken down late and a little bit from behind. No card will be issued. It was a fairly soft tackle. And Palazzolo will get it in play quickly. One-touch pass to Glass, who angles it along for Daughtry. Daughtry's cartwheeled on the tackle, and that draws another whistle. Back-to-back fouls now has Wake FC in a position where they can put this one in for a chance at goal. That'll be Ivy Brisma, number 15, to take the kick. About 40 yards or so off of the goal line and over on the far edge, or even with the far edge of the 18-yard box. So all the players in the center on top of that box ready to make runs in. Likely Brisma going to look to the back post, plays it across, header for shot, and it floats over the top. And he just couldn't quite get over the ball a little bit early in the arch there. Maybe if that gets across to the back post, it's low enough for a Wake FC player to either get over top of it with the head or get a foot on it instead and keep it low. Either way, we're still scoreless, and Tri-Cities takes over possession. Skipped up through center, where it's taken by Freddie Tracy to the far sideline. Now worked back to George Stanley, and he sends it all the way back to the keeper, Rubio, to reset. Some pressure from Brisma, and we're starting to see Wake FC step up and force the issue for Tri-Cities, who's not responding all that well to the pressure. It's forced out of bounds on the far sideline, and the linesman on the far side will say it was last touched by Colin Daughtry, so it will stay in the possession of the Otters on the throw. Quickly back to the back line for Stanley. To Henry, and he just needs to boot it out of trouble back to the Wake FC back line. Headed along by Palazzolo, and Babakar comes back and just pokes it back to the goalkeeper, Caulfield. That's one thing you've got to like about the way Wake FC plays. They're very systematic. Now they're getting away from that system a bit here with all these long balls they're trying to shoot over the top right now. But they're very consistent. I mentioned it in the second game of the season. Whenever they get shut down or whenever they take over possession, unless there's an immediate opportunity to head to goal, they're moving it backwards, they're spreading out the formation of their opponent, and they're finding those open gaps and then moving it tic-tac-toe through the defense. That's what created so many opportunities and eventually led to a goal for Wake on Tuesday night. So you'll see really just about everything they do is generated from that back line. Another long ball over the top and clipping Caulfield, who will stay down, is number 7, Troy Brady. And that's got to be a card. He undercut Caulfield. The body language says it was not intentional. Oh, wow, I do not see a card coming out quite yet. And it looks like he's just going to hold on to it. So no card given to Troy Brady. That was a dangerous play, intentional or not. I think he was fortunate to get away with just a warning there. Into the 20th minute here in the first half. Still scoreless between Wake FC and Tri-Cities FC. Tri-Cities located in Johnson City, Tennessee, so a bit of a haul to get out here. They'll be back again next week in the area to take on NCFC. That's part of the reason, of course, the regional division set up, and really at the USL League 2 split up into the divisions are really kind of just mini leagues that are a kind of a group stage to set up the playoffs with start in the middle of next month. Cristiano Diaz, long ball, stopped at the back line of Tri-Cities. Played forward and back, and again that line I think confusing for Tri-Cities here on the near side with the third baseline running straight parallel about a yard off of the out of bounds line here for the soccer field. And Glass has it on the far side over to Musquay. He deflects it on goal with the head, but it's right to Carlos Rubio. Ting possession. Tri-Cities moves it back, quick play in to the top of the box. Diaz there to pressure, pokes it loose, and it's cleared out by Babukar. To the back line for Williamson. Played forward, and a challenge from behind will give Tri-Cities a free kick. You're in not the most dangerous position because it's straight on, or just about straight on, but a chance here to maybe float one in and create some luck in the box if it's played in properly. And here's the kick. Off the head of Williamson and to the near sideline where Diaz will punt it away and gets it out of play, but Tri-Cities back in play quickly. Revo across. Doesn't get it with the head, but there is Tracy. He can't finish as Wake FC's back line closes things up and clears it out. Carlos Rubio receives it now for Tri-Cities as they reset and look to spread out Wake FC. Rubio plays it forward. Brisma there. Or Brisma, pardon me. To move it back. Wake FC in control. Cristiano Diaz, the center back with it. Now back for Caulfield. And over to Glass. All the way across to the near side, Diaz. Up for shot. Palazzolo will play one long. That one's wide of the intended target, Kuda Musquay. And it'll be a throw-in back on the defensive third for Tri-Cities. Soft toss in for Oscar Perez. Right back for Henri. Bouncing pass is cleared out on a high arcing boot from Rubio. Onyx Shad battles for it. He's knocked off the ball by Jack Burrows. Played further for a streaking Freddie Tracy, but he's beat to it by AJ Palazzolo. Headed back to Caulfield, and Wake FC will possess. And I think both teams right now feeling the heat. I know we are out here on the top of the concourse. But down on the field, as we mentioned with the turf, it's going to be a good 10 to 15 degrees hotter than it is up here, which means they're dealing with temperatures right around 100 degrees down there, even right now. And you can see it in the way that these two teams are moving. They're not using up a lot of energy unless they see an opportunity. Here's one, cleared out on the centering cross by Daughtry, sent right back in by Shad, and it will roll out on the goal line for a goal kick. Wake FC thought it hit a Otter defender before going out, but they're not going to get the call, and it'll be a goal kick. Otters in control, a lot of space being given by Wake FC, stealing the first pass, and there's a reckless sliding tackle that is absolutely going to draw a card on this one. And Wake FC with a man down and in a good amount of pain. They're going to call out the training staff immediately. Haven't seen a number yet to tell you exactly who that is, but it looks like, based on the numbers that I'm seeing still up and standing, that this might be Yannick Shah. But that was a hard tackle. And I believe, based on who's talking with the officials, that it was Oscar Perez who committed the infraction. I have not seen the card issued to him yet, but I have trouble believing it won't be one, and there it is. It is a red card, and that is big. That will send, and it was kind of shown in general to the bench, so I'll have to wait and see who is actually coming off the field for good, but the Otters going to have to play down a man for the rest of the time. And good to see, it's actually Colin Daughtry down on the field there. He is up and walking under his own power. And it looks like he's going to stay in and finish this one out. So good news for Wake FC. And they are going to have a huge advantage. And in this heat in particular, the temperatures, as I mentioned, with the sun going down, they're going to go down as well. But that doesn't mean that fatigue hasn't already set in. Now, what I'm looking at right now has it at 88 degrees here in Holly Springs. Feels like 93, and that doesn't take into account anyone standing on the turf. So this is a very, very hot day. You mentioned it's the hottest day of the year so far, and something these guys haven't played through in a long time. Well, Daughtry, I thought he'd have to come off. Whenever the trainer comes out, he is required to at least step off the field, and that's what he does. And it'll be Jay Babokar to take the throw. And as you see coming across the near side, the red card goes actually against number 26, George Stanley, the defender. And he'll come off and off the field as is required whenever you're whistled for a red card. And I could tell you from watching it live, I don't think there was any intent there to go in and to try to create an injury there for Stanley, but as a dangerous play, came in late, and certainly it was felt by Colin Daughtry. And so deserving of it, at the very least, a yellow, and he ends up with the red. So we're in the 29th minute, and Wake FC, for the final 60 and change, will play a man up. Offsides called on the far sideline on Wake FC, and so the Otters will get a chance to clear it out. Now, if you're Wake, your game plan is going to change slightly, since you do have that man-up advantage. What you'd like to do is, even if you're not making an attempt at goal and don't have a lane to make an attack, at least keep the ball moving, force the now 9 field players out there for the Otters to move as much as possible, make them use up those substitutions, wear them down, and then as the gaps start to open up, then you start to attack. On the other hand, Tri-Cities going to have to try and strike quickly while they still can equal the energy level of Wake FC. That attack is stymied out and countered by Wake. Brisma fighting through some contact on the near sideline. Buttonhood's back for Babukar. Across for Goodbull. Into the center, he's got Yannick Schad. Through ball for Brisma. Onside, he'll track it down in the near corner. Saves it with the bottom of his foot. Looking for space, doesn't have room to get it across. Drops it back for Jamil Garcia. Rolled all the way back to Happen. This is exactly what we expect to see out of this Wake FC team. We mentioned very systematic. Everything builds from the back. So as soon as Garcia saw he didn't have anything down there, he moved it back, tried to spread out this Otters team, which is as important as it has ever been now that they're down a man. Try to wear them out. Just about through 31 minutes in this first half. Garcia. Left for Babukar. Around to Brisma. Overlapping route will send Garcia through. He puts it across and over the head of Daughtry. No chance to put that one on goal. Back to play it Brady. Not very far. Glass. One-timer through, and it's denied on the low cross by number 12, Guilherme Henry. This will be a throw-in. Glass in quickly for Babukar. Bonnie might step into a shot. Didn't have space. Good bolt. Fighting for it on the top of the box. Loses possession. Otters with it. Back for it is Schad. He'll shield a man off the ball. Wake FC in control again. Long cross. Nice save by Spencer. Glass got up to get ahead on it. Back for Palazzolo. You can start to see the shadows of the stadium creeping out as the sun sets. Something the players, I'm sure, will welcome as it comes along. Through ball for Daughtry. He'll play it on one touch. Right off the foot of Henry and off the light pole, out of play. Corner for Wake FC. This is the first corner we've seen from either team today. Now, Tri-Cities has had a couple of chances that might as well have been corners with the throwing abilities of Blake Baribo, the defender out of Palm Beach Atlantic University. But this will be the first actual corner. And it looks to be Brisma to take it. He'll curl that one into the box. Missing the head of Diaz. Still loose in the 6-yard box. And Carlos Rubio will get control of it and end that threat for the Blue Jersey. "33 minutes gone. Still looking for our first goal of the contest. It started to tilt towards Wake FC over the course of this first half. Spencer Glass spins one back down on a swinging volley. Sent back up by the back line of the Otters. It'll pinball around, and it's skied straight up in the air by Jack Burrows on that one. Trapped down by Wake FC, and Garcia will control and quickly plays it out of bounds. Not sure. I wasn't sure exactly why. Now you can hear a little bit of the audio coming from the field. Cristiano Diaz is telling them to get rid of that ball. So the ball they were using is not one that they felt was up to snuff. And so they'll get another one and restart play.
For Stanley George on Tri-Cities Otters, so they are playing a man down.
And you hear that announcement, the red card to the defender, George Stanley. That came back in the 29th minute, so they've gone not quite 6 minutes without him now, and you can see how there's a little bit extra space out there now for Wake FC, and they've done a pretty good job of using it, and they're forcing the Otters to do a lot of chasing, which eventually, if it doesn't pay off in the near future, will down the line. Spencer Glass on the far side of the field. Back for Palazzolo. Moved along to the near side for Cristiano Diaz. And you can see how the Otters are having to adjust. They're not as aggressive defensively. All 9 field players are getting back and trying to just jam up as much space as they can and defend as much as they can with as little effort as possible, because that's what it becomes for Tri-Cities, is how efficient can they be. Through ball, trapped down by Musquay. Can he save it on the goal line? No, doesn't get to it. And another corner for the Tri-Cities Otters. Well, for those of you who can never get enough soccer, we will certainly have more for you tomorrow. Of course, we have the inaugural season here for the Wake FC USL2 team. They also have added a women's Premier League team as well, competing in the WPSL. A similar situation for those ladies as you have here. Mostly college players, a few who have graduated, some commits as well. The Otters now with an opportunity on top of the box. Give and go, denied, but the Otters still in control. Near sideline. And Forvano spins one in with the outside of his left foot, cleared out by the head of Diaz, and a nice shield play made by Brisma to take back possession for Wake. Gives it to Shad, looking to lead Brisma, but leads him too much. Out of play for a Tri-Cities throw. Well, tomorrow, it'll be Oak City United in town. A 7 p.m. kick from here at Ting Park as Wake FC's WPSL team gets their second home game of the year. A tough start with a 4-1 loss to the Fusion back a little less than a week ago when they started the WPSL season. Glass makes a run. Gets it to Babukar, out to Daughtry on the top of the box. Fires one in it, pinballs around, and Musquay can't get it under control. But there's Goodbold to haul it in. Roger Goodbold, long touch forward, stolen by Tri-Cities. Taken right back, Goodbold there to make up for the mistake. And a foul called on Babukar as he got the ball, but a little bit too much of his man as well. Free kick for Tri-Cities. Now everybody for Tri-Cities will move forward. Jack Burrows was ready to boot it away, but he'll leave it for the goalkeeper, Rubio. Long ball for Rubio. Cleared out of bounds with the head by Garcia for Wake FC, and so a throw up field for Tri-Cities. And this will be another one of those long throws, it looks like, coming from Blake Baribo, a Brighton, Michigan native. And he has been consistently putting these deep into the Wake box. This one will be just the same. Palazzolo there with the head to clear it out. Right back to the near corner for Baribo. Gets it across with the left foot and sent right back out by Palazzolo for another throw-in. And again, this will be like a corner kick with the way Baribo can get this into the middle of the box. The only thing is, Wake FC, for one, you can see it a little bit visually there. They're just a little bit taller than this Tri-Cities team, and they've been more aggressive up in the air. They win another head ball, but misplayed by Roger Goodbold, and it'll be a corner for the Otters. Into the 40th minute now between Wake FC and the Tri-Cities Otters. Corner coming for Vano. Curls one in, loose in the box, and it's poked through. The Tri-Cities Otters with the first goal of the game, and it's 1-0. It's the man with the throw who puts it home, Blake Baribo, in the 40th minute.
That's a goal by number 9, Blake Baribo. Tri-City Otters 1, Wake FC 0.
So Baribo makes it 1-0 Tri-Cities, and that was huge for the Otters, playing a man down to be able to take the lead. And now it becomes a lot easier when you don't have to worry as much about countering, and you can focus a lot on defense and compact those 9 players in to defend. But Wake FC countering very quickly, and an aggressive play up on the front line by Daughtry will result in a foul. I think the Otters would like to see a card accompany it. Their man on the back line still down inside the box. And he is slow to get up, still down. I think, yeah, he was just waiting to see if he could get a little bit more out of that call. But it'll remain just a free kick and a warning for Daughtry. I see it taken down. Christoph Willemsen on that one. Willemsen out of the Netherlands, playing at Lincoln Memorial University here in the States. Long ball up. Otters will possess on the far side of the field. Oscar Perez. Move backwards towards half. Into the middle of the field for Hendry. And he'll roll it up the far sideline and out of play for a Wake throw. Well, if you're Wake FC, you'd love to find a way to even it up late, because the Otters going to be working with a lot of momentum if they can go into the locker room up 1, having scored a man down. Near sideline, Brisma. Iverson Brisma back for Jamil Garcia. To Babukar. And Garcia again. A little under 3 minutes left in this first half before we hit the stoppage time. There should be at least a few minutes added on with the red card and the injury, as well as the goal score. Glass rolls one across. Musquay can't get to it in time, and the Otters clear it to safety. They might have a chance here to counter as well. Near sideline. It'll be played forward by Arvano. Lofts it across. Nice trap down. A chance here for the Otters. Rolled just wide as Caulfield came out to challenge, as Troy Brady got another golden opportunity, and he could have doubled that Otters lead. So Wake FC dodges a bullet as we head into the 44th minute. But the Otters, I mentioned, it's going to be a matter of efficiency for Tri-Cities if they're going to be able to outlast Wake FC. And that's the one thing, if you're in a blue jersey right now, you have to remember you still have a full 45-minute second half to play. They're going to have to play it with one less man, which means eventually they're going to start to wear down. And all you have to do is keep pushing and pushing until that happens. Babacar on the near side. Up for Garcia. A chance to play it through for Brisma. Behind him, though, and Brisma will hold it up. Cuts to the middle. Left for Shad. Off the mark on the pass. And it pops loose into the middle where the Otters come away with it. Stepping in front. Babacar comes up with it. And it'll be sent to space by Yannick Shad. Wake FC in control as Glass tracks it down on the far side of the field. Roll to the middle for Musquet. Furthered for Babacar. Now all the way back to the back line. We should get an announcement on stoppage time here very soon, as we're into the 45th minute. Like I said, I would imagine at least 2 or 3 here, as Daughtry has a chance to get it across. Low liner, cleared back out off the foot of Williamson. Right to Babacar. Over for Glass and all the way back to half for A.J. Palazzolo. Yannick Shad plays one through. Too short for Garcia, but he'll force clearance out of play by Jorveno. And we're into stoppage time. You hear the announcement. 2 minutes of stoppage time between these two teams here in half number 1. Tri-Cities leading 1-0 on a goal in the 40th minute from Blake Baribeau. Cross from Spencer Glass, blocked out on the goal line for a corner. Once again, it'll be Brisma to take it. Second one of the day for Wake. They've had the advantage in the air, and they've had a couple of good opportunities on the corners they've had, and just haven't been able to put one home.
Let's hear you, Blue Wave.
About halfway through stoppage time now. High cross in for Brisma all the way over to Musquet on the near side. Left for Garcia. Now to Babacar. All the way to Brisma through the air. He'll trap it down on the far sideline. Watched by Baribeau. Cuts to the middle. Left for Palazzolo. High cross into the middle. Going up for it and extending is Carlos Rubio. And with about 45 seconds left in stoppage time here in the first, he'll lay it down on the ground and waste some time. Rubio with the clearance, well across half, sent right back by Glass, and it'll roll down that far sideline. Quickly cleared out by Williamson. The far sideline. Otters looking to make a late push here. Across and just over the head of number 13, Stuart Hendry. And again, Wake catches a break there. A pretty solid cross from Freddie Tracy and a golden opportunity for the Otters. And we are approaching the last couple seconds of stoppage time. It'll be played out to half. There's the whistle, and we will stop play after 45 minutes. It was a shorthanded goal, we'll call it, for the Tri-Cities Otters in the 40th minute. They played almost half of that half. Down a man after the red card to George Stanley in the 29th minute. But that hasn't made a difference. Tri-Cities 1, Wake FC nothing at the break. Welcome back to Ting Park in Holly Springs, North Carolina. Wake FC trailing Tri-City FC Otters 1-0 after the first 45 minutes. A couple of things to highlight from that first half. In the 29th minute, it was George Stanley, the defender for Tri-Cities, who picked up a red card for a hard tackle from behind on Colin Daughtry of Wake FC. But 11 minutes later, it's the Otters of Tri-Cities who take the lead on a pinballing corner kick that Blake Baribeau ends up poking home through traffic, and that is the first goal of the season given up by Wake FC and their goalkeeper, Sean Caulfield. But, as I said, a red card from George Stanley will have Tri-Cities down a man for the entirety of this second half, as they were for the last about 16 to 20 minutes of the first half, and they fared fairly well without their defender on the field. So we are ready to start the second half of action. Tri-Cities will start with possession. And we'll restart. Henry with it on the near side. They'll send a long ball to the back line of Wake FC, and a foul immediately. Palazzolo puts his palms to the sky because he felt like that was kind of initiated by the Otters player, Freddie Tracy. This will be a free kick for the Otters, and the goal scorer, Blake Baribeau, will take over. Baribeau, quick pass, and a miscommunication will waste this opportunity. Not a bad idea for Baribeau, but his teammate not ready for that quick play. And it'll be T. Cipollani, who is onto the field for the first time today. Gets it across for Emil Garcia on the far side of the field. Left for Brisma. Floats one across, headed back out by the back line of Tri-Cities. Brisma puts on pressure. Errant clearance trapped down by Garcia, but he can't hold on. And Tri-Cities again lifts it out, knocked right back by Goodbold. They'll pinball it through the air, taken down by Goodbold, and Wake FC will possess. Palazzolo on the back line. To the near wing for Spencer Glass. Wall pass up to Daughtry, and he'll get tripped up. That'll be a foul on Guilherme Henry. And a free kick now for Wake FC. And they want to play it quickly. Babacar gets it in for Cipollani. And his pass over the top is too strong. Carlos Rubio picks it up. Rubio punts this one away. About 3/4 of the way down the field. And it'll be controlled by Wake FC. Far sideline Garcia. Into the middle for Goodbold. Back to Diaz. All the way over to Babacar. Up for Kuda Musque. Has it stripped. And the Otters in control. Henry has it towed away by Daughtry. Loose ball battled for. And Cipollani. It looked like Cipollani was going to come away with it. He couldn't find it. And it's knocked down where Goodbold steals it away. Wake with a chance to move forward. Brisma down the far sideline. Sends it across. Backwards, though, and behind his teammates. It'll be cleared out by the Otters. Spencer Glass traps it down with the left foot. And swings one back across. Cleared out by the Otters. And another whistle. This will be a foul on Musque, it looks like. He stepped into that clearance. Got a little too much of the defender. That was Christoph Willemsen. And it'll be Carlos Rubio to take the free kick. One nothing Tri-Cities. We're just over 3 minutes into this second half. Otters looking to strike. Hard shot well wide and just about struck an unsuspecting fan behind the goal. Had her back turned to the net and got lucky. I think she learned her lesson. They turned her around now. So it'll be a goal kick here after that missed shot from Alex Cerveno. Wake FC in control. Long ball over the top. They're looking for Musque, and Goodbold couldn't hit him with it. It'll be steered out of play by Marvel Balamba for Tri-Cities FC. And Wake restarts play with a throw. Once again, one thing that you gotta like is that even though they're down and even though they have a man advantage with the red card, Wake has not strayed from their game plan. They're not trying to do anything extraneous, anything different, or try to do too much. They're playing within their system and trusting that eventually this Tri-Cities team's going to wear down. There are going to be some opportunities, and they're going to make them pay. Quick throw in from Glass, trapped down by Daughtry. Handed to Shipolani. Moved across by Goodbold to Garcia on the far side. They'll look to play one in. Trapped down by the Otters in the midfield. And cleared back out. Initial play there made by Oscar Perez. Long ball will come all the way back to Diaz. And he'll play it back to Caulfield on a roll. Caulfield boots it away like a goal kick. They'll battle for it near the center circle. Squirts back to the back line. And Balanda pokes it forward for the Otters. And a speedy Hendry moves forward. Stepping up, Diaz with a hard challenge takes it away. Moved forward. Goodbold finds Daughtry. And now across to the far side for Brisma. Takes it on a hop, but the flag goes up. He was offsides. And a free kick played quickly by Tri-Cities FC. Stepping up, Garcia knocks it out of play. And a throw in for the Otters. "51 minutes down. About 39 left to go. Throw in coming now for Wake FC. And they'll start it on the back line once again. Diaz moves it across to the near side. And it looks like Tri-Cities is going to be content with allowing Wake FC to move this slowly. They certainly are not going to object to a slower pace here as this game goes on. They'd like to conserve their energy to the end and be able to, even being down a man, play pretty even with this Wake squad. Brisma sends it across. Musquay gets a piece of it with the head, but not enough. It'll roll out of bounds for a goal kick. Well, and one thing that we saw against NCFC on Tuesday night, this Wake FC team, as I mentioned earlier, they were keeping the ball on the ground a lot more. They were moving it through by stringing passes together, possessing the ball in sections of the field, and then using that possession to move people out of position and create other holes to move the ball upfield. They're not quite doing the same thing. I mentioned they're still, for the most part, working that same kind of system, but that same patience that they had on Tuesday is not there. I think partially because the Otters have done a little better job than NCFC of closing up those gaps and denying the passing lanes and the lanes to run through on those through balls are all getting closed up by the Otters D. Speaking of the Otters, they're looking to move it forward. Nice challenge by Diaz, takes it away. And now Wake will move it across half. Brisma cutting to the middle of the field. Left for Goodbold. Out to Glass. He wanted it to Daughtry for that overlapping run, but that opportunity not there now. And Daughtry has it poked away and out of play. Glass for the throw. Into Goodbold, who settles it. Curls it around a defender to the far sideline for Brisma. Up for Babacar into the far sideline. Again, Brisma. Brisma shakes and races forward. Hard cross through, and that'll be deflected out of bounds for a corner kick. Last touched by number 12, Gary Henry.
Corner, Wake FC.
This will be the third corner of the game for the Blue Jerseys. And they've got to find a way, especially with what at least has appeared to be an advantage in the air early in this game. They're eventually going to deflect one on net and create a great chance. Brisma sends it in. Off the back post, it's flicked onward, but out of bounds for another corner. Looked like on that one, the new man in, Mervale Balomba, was the one to make that play. And this corner sent in, deep in the area, through the crowd, and it will roll out of bounds, and it will once again say it's a corner. 3 straight corners For Wake FC, they only had 2 in the first half. Into the 55th minute. Well, this is the minute they scored in against NCFC. It wasn't on a corner, but it was on a cross. It was Musquay who got a head on it, so keep an eye on him in the middle of the box. Played in by Brisma on a line. Flicked onward, and just over the top. But a great chance for Daughtry. Had to pause a moment. The way the field is set up here, it's tough to tell on the left end of the field sometimes if the ball went over the top and ducked behind that crossbar off the outfield wall here at Ting Park, or if it hit the back of the net and fell in. In that case, Daughtry was just a tad high, and the chance goes by the wayside, but a couple of great opportunities there for Wake FC. They've been knocking on the door for a good portion of this game. Otters in control off the goal kick. Played through and over the head of A.J. Palazzolo. Back to Caulfield at the top of the 18-yard box. Wake in control once again. NJ Babacar with it. Slides it to the near sideline for Glass. Immediately cut to the middle, looking for Musquay. That pass denied, but Musquay tracks it down. He hops a defender and rolls a pass to the far sideline for Emil Garcia. Back for Diaz, up for Babacar again. Now Daughtry. Babacar. Again to Garcia. And one thing that the Otters are making sure of right now, they've got at least 8 of their 9 field players back behind the ball in a position to defend face up. And that's part of the reason you see Wake FC being, I don't want to say hesitant, because I wouldn't call it hesitant, but they're not forcing anything. And so you see them, they appear to at least be somewhat hesitant. But I think it has more to do with the fact that the Otters are just compacting that defense back and not allowing much room to get through. And Wake FC right now with 33 and a half minutes left in regulation time, they're okay down 1 to allow the Otters to do that. Eventually, that's going to wear on them if they have to keep running around. Wake FC not doing too much movement other than moving the ball. And that's exactly what you'd want to do. Cross coming in, nobody there to challenge for the blue jerseys. And it'll be an easy catch for Carlos Rubio. Through 57 minutes now. Rubio sets it down to clear it away. Flicked onward by Freddie Tracy and deflected out of play by A.J. Palazzolo.
Taylor Gray coming in and number 16 going out. Freddie.
And we'll see Freddie Tracy coming out, replaced by Taylor Gray. And we'll also see a new man into the game in Cole McClagan as well. Barabo to take the throw. I have to wait for the substitutions to come out. I mentioned Freddie Tracy out, Stuart Hendry also out of the game. The 2 replacements in. Number 15, Cole McClagan. And number 10, and Taylor Gray. So those are the 2 coming in. Long throw from Barabo, cleared out by the back line of Wake FC. Brisma in control. Has it poked away. Racing forward the Otters, and no foul called. A little bit of embellishment from Alex Fervano. And he did get a challenge from behind, but I think the way that he tried to embellish it made it too obvious that he was trying to get the call, and sometimes for that reason the official will let it play on. So Wake FC in control. Good bold over to the center back Diaz. On the ground, he gets it up for Brisma. Overlapping run coming from Garcia. Brisma elects to send it to the middle. Forced back out by Balamba. A challenge at midfield. Wake FC gets it back. Daughtry forward for Musquay. Right back to Daughtry. Nice little give and go. He finds Brisma. Brisma launches from way out and just went over the top of the crossbar. Not a bad attempt from Ivy Brisma, a little bit far out, but the result of it, you can tell he's got that range and was just off the mark. Closing in on the end of the first 15 minutes here in the second half. 30 minutes and change to play. Wake FC still trying to get on the board since the 29th minute. Back in the first half, the Tri-Cities Otters have been playing without one of their defenders. And number 26, George Stanley, they've been playing down a man. And we'll get a quick stoppage as an Otter takes a seat on the turf. They don't have an angle at the number currently, although from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's Troy Brady who will cramp up here. And he's going to need some attention from the training staff. So we'll take a brief break here at Ting Park as Brady gets checked on. It's 1-0 Tri-Cities over Wake FC with about 30 minutes to play. Brady back up and moving for the Otters. He'll walk slowly off the field after the cramp, but he'll be forced to at least take a short break. It looks like he will be replaced by number 22, the forward out of USC Upstate, Josh Salinas. So Salinas will play on the near side in for Brady. And the blue jerseys get things started back up again. Wake FC's Camille Garcia. Back to the center back Diaz. Across the field to the near side for Palazzolo. Rolled to the sideline for Glass. Now Babacar. To Musquay. Nice job. Off balance pass finds its way out to Garcia. Up for Brisma. Overlapping run coming from Garcia. They can't connect. Brisma still in control though. Out to Roger Goodbold. Quickly across for Glass. Traps it down nicely on the near sideline.
Brady was coming off injured.
Rolled to Babacar. In the middle for Brisma. Steps past a man. Reverses. Back to Daughtry. Wide open Glass on the near side. He'll spin one across, and it's skied up in the air by the back line of the Otters. Beautifully trapped down by Daughtry. He reverses back and sends it out to the middle of the field for Shipolani. Thinks about an attempt. He'll step past one man. Weaves through the defense. Into the middle. Shipolani. The shot! What a goal! T. Shipolani does it all himself, and it's 1-1. What a move. They gave him a whole bunch of space, and Shipolani got moving and then couldn't be stopped. In and out of the defenders, and he rips one home.
And it is 1-1, game on.
It's funny that it's Shipolani to get the goal. Recently, I was over at his former home, Wake Med Soccer Park, where he played for the Railhawks, now NCFC, and there was a huge poster up on the back of the bleachers from one of the big moments in the franchise's history, and guess whose name? Written across the back of one of those jerseys shown in the picture was T. Shipolani. Certainly no slouch, a former professional in the USL Championship League with the Railhawks organization. And he shows why there with a beautiful strike to make it 1-1. And now things change for Wake FC. They can start to smell blood. Playing a man up, as we've mentioned a couple times here, going to be a huge advantage as you get into the final 20-25 minutes of this ball game. You'll start to see the fatigue set in. A long ball is going to be the best opportunity for the Otters, as that one will be played into the net, but that's before, or after I should say, the whistle. Taylor Gray blown for the hold, and so Wake FC gets a free kick here. But that's going to be, I think, the game plan for the Otters from here on out. When you're playing down a man, the fact that you were even able to get a goal and play even 1-1 right now with Wake FC since that moment is impressive. And at this point, you're going to press back. You're going to defend with everything you've got. And I think that's why you have a guy like Taylor Gray in there up top. They're going to play a lone forward, and they're going to send him, and hope that something sticks and creates an opportunity up top for him. That's certainly what they were trying to do on that last play. Near sideline Glass. He'll play it through, intended for Daughtry. Overshoots his teammate. And it'll be Henri to clear it back up the sideline. Doesn't get very far, but the Otters get back control, and this time Henri sends it to his keeper, Rubio. Rubio with time and space. Boots it up. Goal kick style. It'll be flicked on by Gray. Diaz with control over to Garcia. And they're creating some trouble back on that Wake FC back line. Garcia has to knock it all the way back in. Caulfield will clear it out. Sent right back to Cristiano Diaz. He'll get it to Babacar.
And the pub will be closing with the beer sales in 5 minutes.
Spun to the near side. Garcia with it. To Shipolani in the middle. To Shipolani, the catalyst now, with the huge goal to tie this one up. Daughtry fakes the cross, cuts to the middle. Left for Glass, back to Daughtry. He's got some pace now, but not much, as Guilherme Henri comes in to clear it out. So a throw in for Glass, quickly in to Babacar. And Wake FC content to possess here. Roger Goodbold over for Shipolani. Shipolani's covering a lot of ground in the middle of the field for Wake FC right now. Through ball finds Brisma, chance to get it across for Wake FC. All the way across the goal mouth, just over the head of Musquay. And it'll be trapped down by Glass, right back across. And it'll be an offsides call coming on Brisma. He thought he stayed even with the last defender, but he was deep down there. And that's a tricky situation and a tough spot to be in. Whenever the ball's deep like that, you've got to be able to react quickly to stay on side as an attackman. And Brisma unable to do so there. Challenge from behind, no whistle coming. Goodbold keeps it in play only momentarily. And the Otters get a throw. "68 minutes played here at Ting Park so far. 22 to go. Certainly have plenty of stoppage time with a goal and an injury. Again, this half, of course, we only got 2 minutes of stoppage time, and we had about the same in the first half. But we'll see. Still plenty of time for that to change. Wake FC in control. Back to half. Spencer Glass settles it down. Slid to Babacar. Now Roger Goodbold over the top. Brisma tracks it down. Ivy Brisma rolled across, and it'll be swallowed up by the keeper, Carlos Rubio. Just a little bit too close to the goal mouth. And there was enough room for Rubio to step up and deny that cross. And he will launch one forward as Palazzolo taken to the ground by Taylor Gray. In control, Wake FC, so they're not going to get a whistle here. They wanted the foul on that play. And now the Otters in control. Some miscommunication there as well. It looked like Diaz and Glass weren't on the same page. And now the Otters get a throw. Jeremy Henry. Quickly in for Salinas. And a quick whistle. Free kick coming up for Tri-Cities. Henry to take it. Not many guys in there, so it will go short to Salinas. He's got space in the middle of the field. Right back out to the defender, Mervel Balamba. Balamba challenge, has it stolen by Musquay. He'll go off to the races. Tracked down by Barabo, and Barabo forces him to the corner. Musquay across. He's got Shipolani, who will run it down on the near sideline. Shipolani with space. He'll face up, right around the defender. Rips it on goal. Save made by Rubio. Great chance for Shipolani. He's come out with a ton of energy here in the second half. And those are all likelihood going to be the guys to watch, even though pretty much everyone on this Wake FC side should have a little bit more energy than Tri-Cities. The guys that come in late in the game who are fresh off the bench are going to be the ones that can really start to run circles around the Otters' back line. Long ball up and out of bounds for the Otters. Quickly played back in by Palazzolo on the throw to Caulfield. And Wake FC sets up the attack from the back again. 1-1 the score. The significant event started in the 29th minute. A red card to George Stanley put the Otters down a man. They have been resilient since then, even took the lead in the 40th minute as Blake Barabo poked home a loose ball in the middle of the box to make it 1-0. And then T. Shipolani, fresh off the bench here in the second half, put on an excellent display of footwork before ripping one home in the upper 90, top right corner. And now a chance for Musquay. He'll race in around the goalkeeper, Rubio. They collide, and we're going to get a free kick for Tri-Cities as Rubio still down on the turf in a collision with Musquay. But Rubio has not moved much. Being checked out right now by a couple of teammates, and we might need the training staff back out there once again. Now we actually have two men sitting on the turf down there now. It looks like Musquay just adjusting some equipment. But it will be a free kick for Tri-Cities. Drew Fulmer in for Alex Harveno. So we get some substitutions into the game. That'll be a Tri-Cities substitution. There are a couple of blue jerseys up there as well. It looks like we've got a pair of substitutes in for Tri-Cities. They're going to have to use as many bodies as they can in order to stay in this game. And Oscar Perez, who I believe came off earlier, comes back in. Wake FC sends Francis Edo back in. And Edo will take the place of Jamil Garcia. So Garcia comes off. That'll push Brisma back to the right defensive position. And Francis Edo out of USC Upstate, into the game. He'll be out there against the teammate Josh Salinas for the Tri-Cities Otters. Edo has control and can't control it well enough to keep it in play on the far sideline. Throw in coming for Tri-Cities. Long ball played across the field. Salinas gives chase for Tri-Cities FC. Palazzolo there to clear it out of danger for Wake. And a throw in coming for Guilherme Henry of the Otters. Well, should the score hold or Wake FC add to their total in their first 3 games in USL League 2, they will have earned at least 1 point, which in my eyes is an impressive feat to come into a league like this that is already pretty strong and looked at as a very good developmental league for players of this age, and to put together a team and in the first 3 games to have the success that they have has been very impressive. Glass plays a long ball out looking for Shipolani. He chases it down off his head to the middle of the field, and the keeper, Rubio, comes out to challenge and snuff that out. Line drive punt looked like Rubio got overtook that one a little bit more than he wanted to. Right to Brisma. He'll go straight through the D, out to the far sideline for Shipolani. Played back to the middle, and he can't get it through. And pardon me, Shipolani back in the middle now. It's Edo out there with it. Works down the sideline and forced out of bounds on the goal line for a goal kick. 15 minutes to play here in Holly Springs. It'll be a while before this Wake FC squad is back here in Holly Springs. After tonight, they'll spend a good amount of time on the road, back on the 10th of June for their next home match against NCFC one more time. Goal kick coming for Caulfield as the attempt misses wide across the goal mouth for Tri-Cities. But still plenty of action left here in both the USL League 2 and WPSL seasons. We'll see 4 more home contests for Wake FC's USL League 2 team here. And there are 3 more games, including tomorrow's, for the Wake FC WPSL team on the women's side. Throw in coming here for the Blues over on the far sideline. Edo in for Shipolani. Rolled back to Edo. Tried to force his way down that far sideline, and it's knocked out of play. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Oak City United here for a 7 p.m. start tomorrow evening against the Wake FC WPSL squad. Wake moves it all the way back to the back line. Palazzolo long up the near side, off the thigh of Daughtry, and they'll say he came back into an onside position from offsides. And so a free kick for Carlos Rubio and the Tri-Cities FC Otters. Rubio puts his foot into that one. Knocked back by Palazzolo, came over the back of an Otter. That was Drew Fulmer who wanted the call and didn't get it. Wake FC in control. Leading Babakar has some space down the far sideline. He'll find Shipolani. Cuts to the middle, fakes to the middle, cuts to the outside, and a goal kick. The Wake FC contingency here thought they might see a PK as Shipolani was pulled down after getting around the defender, but it will go down as a goal kick. Carlos Rubio taking his time, and you've got to imagine that any chance they get, one, because they'd like to run some clock off and leave less time with the man advantage for Wake FC, but also just for rest purposes, I'd imagine Tri-Cities is going to take their time restarting play as long as this game remains even at 1 goal apiece. And Wake FC slowly running out of time. Still about 11 minutes left in regulation. I would imagine we'll see another 2 to 3 minutes added in stoppage time as well. Near side Glass for Daughtry, making that overlapping run. It worked well against NCFC, but Tri-Cities has it closed up and they'll force the ball back out of play near half. And Spencer Glass throws it in to restart. In for Goodbold. His pass stolen away by Salinas. Salinas sends it back to his keeper. And we booted back out by Rubio. Headed forward by Palazzolo. Secondary ball won by the Otters. Salinas through ball. Finds a teammate working down the near side of the field. It's Drew Fulmer to the middle. And it's cleared back out by Wake FC. Babacar sends it to the middle. T. Shipolani in control. Curls one to the far side of the field for Francis Edo. Edo furthers it. Guzma on the run. All the way to Daughtry. Trapped down. And he's knocked to the turf, but a corner kick coming as it was played out by Guillermo Henry. And a golden opportunity as we head into the 81st minute for Wake FC to take the lead. From the near corner, this will be the fourth one of the half for Wake FC. Curled in, connected, but not on goal. Getting a piece of it, Palazzolo. They couldn't put it on frame. It'll be a goal kick for Tri-Cities FC. 9 minutes left in regulation time. Wake FC 1, Tri-Cities FC 1. A goal in the 40th minute, already down a man after the red card for Tri-Cities. Blake Baribeau tied it up, broke the ice with the first goal in the 40th minute. T. Shipolani answered in the 64th. And we've been even since then. Foul called on the goal kick. A little shove from behind by Drew Fulmer will give Wake a free kick. They move it quickly. Glass space up the near sideline. Furthers it for Daughtry. On the overlapping run, they find Glass again. Rolls one through the middle. Denied by Henry. Cleared back out. Off the head of Daughtry. And it'll be out of play. And Tri-Cities gets control. A little bit of gamesmanship there between Shipolani and Fulmer. Shipolani playing a little keep away from Fulmer. Certainly got to him. We'll get a substitution in. Daughtry coming out for Wake FC.
Substitute for Wake FC.
And coming in will be number 13, James Ellis. So Ellis in on the near side of the field. To keep an eye on that. The new guys in. Going to have that extra energy, which will be even more important with a drained Tri-Cities squad playing the majority of this game without a field player. Wake FC starts it up at their back line. Palazzolo, plenty of space as he approaches the half stripe. Ball over the top, chasing it down. Francis Edo in the far corner. He'll go to work on Baribeau. Baribeau shields him off and creates a goal kick. Nice job defensively by Baribeau. And he's been a leader for this team. Saw the reaction after he scored the goal. And he has made a couple of big defensive plays here in the second half to deny Wake FC some golden scoring opportunities.
Substitute for Tri-Cities Otters, number 6, James Scacera, coming in.
We'll get another substitution in. Scacera, James Scacera comes in. And he will replace Guillermo Henry as the new right back. So Henry out, Scacera in, and a foul called on the secondary battle after the goal kick. Spencer Glass ended up on the turf. It'll be a free kick for Wake FC. Ellis quickly plays it in for Palazzolo. The far sideline, Babacar moves it along. Shipolani controlling. Looking for space to the middle. Back to Babacar. And now Roger Goodbold. Rolled to the near sideline. He's got Glass. Now Ellis. Back for Babacar. Looks to loop one through. Trapped down nicely by Taylor Gray. And a quick counter on for the Otters. Moved further by Oscar Perez. His pass denied, and a collision on the far sideline will give the Otters a free kick. This is well beyond half, so it's not too dangerous of an opportunity unless it can be flicked along. And it'll be booted up. Salinas with it on top of the box. Plays it through. Chance here for Fulmer if he can get to it. And he is shielded off. It'll be a goal kick. And Fulmer getting into it now with Caulfield as he tried to play keep away from the goalkeeper. And Wake FC gets it into play quickly. Goodbold straight up the middle. He's got NJ Babacar to the far sideline for Brisma. Back to Babacar, along to Goodbold. Near sideline Glass. Under 5 to play in regulation. Through ball. Some miscommunication as Musquay wasn't ready to make the run. It'll be cleared back out by the Otters' back line. Nice touch as it's brought down by Drew Fulmer. Challenge knocked down. Glass picks up the loose ball, and Wake FC's in control. Roll to the far sideline for Shipolani. He's got Brisma overlapping. There's the pass to Brisma, but no chance to get to it on the goal line. It'll be a goal kick, well defended by Marvell Balamba. And as expected, Carlos Rubio slowly strolling up to take this goal kick. And we've got 3.5 minutes left till we hit stoppage time. Low liner from Rubio takes a skip over the head of Gray, trapped down by Shipolani for Wake, and he'll get it out to the near sideline for Brisma. Brisma shielding off a man, knocked down from behind, and there's the whistle. But it looks like it'll go on Wake FC. The reaction from the Otters made it look like that was going to be on Tri-Cities, but a chance here about 10 to 15 yards in from the halfway stripe. And this is a chance, if Tri-Cities so chooses, where they could get this into the box and have a great chance. There's the play in, flicked on by Goodbold, and out on the goal line. And it'll be a corner for Tri-Cities. So the official in the center of the field initially called a goal kick, but he's corrected by his linesman on the side. So a corner kick coming for Tri-Cities FC, and a crucial stage of this game. About through 88 minutes here at Ting Park, tied at 1. Corner will be taken by Barabo. He'll curl one in with the left foot, flicked out by Wake FC, still loose in the box. They'll fight for it. A chance for Fulmer, he can't get a foot on it, and it'll be knocked out by Wake. Another corner coming for Barabo and the Otters. Into the 89th minute now. Well, and any goal here surely would win it. Beautiful play into the middle. Caulfield knocks it down with the mitts, and it's cleared out of danger by the back line of Wake FC. Stolen away by Edo. He gets it to Shipolani. Beautifully moves around Salinas, and he's got space to the far sideline, leading Musquay. Flicked along for Brisma, and a chance here brewing for Wake FC. Brisma up looking for Musquay, and it's turned back by the Otters. They'll look to counter. Gray has it stolen away by Brisma. Steps past the defender. Brisma moving in with space. He's going to cut through the defense. Finds Musquay, and the flag goes up for an offsides. And a substitution coming in.
For Wake FC, number
That'll be Sharif Seka coming in. He will replace number 15, Ivy Brisma, for the final few minutes of this contest. We should get a signal very soon on how much stoppage time will be added here in the second half. It'll be cleared away by Carlos Rubio.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be 5 minutes of
And a lot of added time in this one. 5 minutes of stoppage time and a hard foul, and we're getting some words exchanged on that far sideline as Cristiano Diaz had a few words for the Tri-Cities FC bench. And the Otters will look to play this one in. Way out on that far sideline, but still in a position to get it into the box in a scoring area. Played right into the midst of Sean Caulfield, who hauls it in, and Wake FC turns it back up the field. Glass with it to the near side for James Ellis. Back to the back line for Palazzolo. Time and space up to Shipolani. Far sideline, good bull. Stolen away by Tri-Cities. Fulmer to the middle. He finds an open man in Cole McLagan. McLagan's pass stripped away by Sharif Sanka. Upfield, they get Ellis on the through ball down the near wing. He'll cut back. Denied there at the back line and cleared out nicely by the new right back, who came in not too long ago to replace Guilherme Henry. James Scacera making that play for the Otters. Wake FC still on the offensive. Cleared out by Taylor Gray. He finds Salinas. Josh Salinas cuts to the middle. Sliding tackle made by Palazzolo to clear it out. Sent right back off the head of Scacera. And the Otters in control again. Cole McLagan working on Glass. He'll be double teamed as Francis Ado steps in. McLagan splits the D. Cuts down the near side of the box and loses control as he falls to the turf. Cleared out by Palazzolo, and a throw-in for Tri-Cities. Blake Barabo has an excellent throw, and this will be a lot like a corner for Tri-Cities. Under 3 minutes left in stoppage time. This one into the meat of the box. Pops up off the head of an Otter, and it'll be cleared out by Wake FC. Glass moves it up for Edo. Drop for NJ Babakar. Across to the far sideline. It'll be trapped down by Sharif Seka. Seka pushes it along looking for Musquay. Stolen by Balumba and cleared out by Barabo for a throw-in on the far sideline for Wake FC. In for Good Bull. Down the sideline for Shipolani. Back to Goodbolden against Shipolani. Rips one across. Nobody there to put it home, but Ellis volleys it back across. Stopped up by the defense of the Otters. And now Josh Salinas with speed up the near wing. Splits the D looking for Drew Fulmer. Off the mark. Palazzolo has control. He finds Seka. Outlet to the far sideline for Shipolani. One-on-one on Barabo. Cutting to the middle. To Shipolani. Has some space. Pokes it through. Ado, if he can get to it, has a chance. Knocks it away from the keeper, and a great save made by Carlos Rubio, who got a hand to the shot of Francis Edo and saved the game potentially for the Tri-City Otters.
It is time to speak up. Blue Wave supporters for Wake FC.
1 minute, 20 seconds left in stoppage time. Shipolani to take the corner. And a chance for the lead for Wake FC. Served up by Shipolani. Edo tried to deflect it on, and it's deflected out. Tyler Glass has it. Crossed into the middle and cleared out again by the defense of the Otters. Goodbold moves it to the far sideline. James Ellis's pass is stolen, and a chance to counter for Tri-Cities. Run being made by Taylor Gray, but he's beat to it by Ellis, and he gets it all the way back to Caulfield. 35 seconds left in stoppage time. Palazzolo with it on the back line for Wake FC. They got to move it forward quickly if they want one last chance on goal. Babacar rolled up the near sideline for Glass. Stepping up, Scacera steals it away. Now to Fulmer. Wall pass to Scacera. 15 seconds left. A chance here could end the game. Salinas back to Scacera. He has a chance to cross it. Settles it down. Back to Salinas. Lofted across. Fulmer goes down. No whistle. And it'll be trapped down and held by the Otters. And floated back in and out of play. And that will be the full whistle. 1-1 draw between Wake FC and the Tri-Cities Otters. A lot of credit to the Otters. They went down a man 29 minutes in. An aggressive tackle from behind by George Stanley was a red card. And for the rest of the game, after the 29th minute, the Otters played down a man. Actually took the lead with a goal in the 40th minute from Blake Barabo. And it was answered in the 64th by T. Shipolani to make it 1-1. And that was all she wrote. Both teams had a couple of chances after that, but nobody could strike gold. And after 3 games, Wake FC has 1 win and 2 ties to their name, 5 points in the standings. They sit second in the South Atlantic Division to date. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow as the WPSL squad takes the field for Wake FC. They will host Oak City United. That is a 7 p.m. kickoff here at Ting Park. That's all we have for you for tonight. A hard-fought battle between these two teams. It ends Wake FC 1, Tri-Cities Otters 1.